In our fast-paced world, it is very easy to overlook the small dramas playing out right beneath our noses. We hurry past gardens and forests, often missing the quiet, deliberate lives of some of nature's most persistent inhabitants. Among these are the snails, creatures that carry their homes on their backs. They move with a grace that seems to defy our modern obsession with speed. To truly appreciate these animals, we must slow down ourselves. We must kneel down and observe their world. It is a world of glistening trails, delicate antennae, and patient exploration. The snail represents a different way of being, a testament to the idea that there is strength in slowness and resilience in quiet perseverance. They are a reminder of the intricate beauty that fills every corner of our planet. When you look closely at a garden after a rain shower, you will likely see them. They emerge from their hiding places, venturing out into the damp world. Their shells in shades of brown, yellow, or cream glisten with moisture. They are like tiny, living jewels scattered across the landscape. Each one is on a mission, perhaps to find a fresh leaf or a safe place to rest. Their movements are so measured, so careful, that watching them can be a meditative experience. It is a wonderful opportunity to connect with a part of the natural world that operates on a completely different timescale from our own. These humble creatures have inhabited the earth for millions of years, adapting and surviving in countless environments, from the deepest oceans to the highest mountains. The snail's journey is a silent one, but it is filled with purpose. They are not simply wandering aimlessly, they are navigating a complex world of scents, textures, and dangers. Their delicate tentacles or eye stalks constantly survey their surroundings, tasting the air for signs of food or predators. It is a life lived at a micro level, where a single fallen leaf can become a feast, and a small puddle can seem like a vast lake to be crossed. This is the secret life of snails, a life of incredible detail and quiet determination. By taking a moment to watch them, we are granted a privileged glimpse into a world that is ancient, complex, and utterly fascinating. It is a world that continues day and night, whether we are there to witness it or not. These creatures have a certain charm that has captivated humans for centuries. They appear in children's stories and ancient myths, often symbolizing patience, fertility, and the cyclical nature of life. Perhaps we see a part of ourselves in their steady, unhurried progress. Or perhaps we are simply drawn to their unique and elegant design. The spiral of their shell is a pattern found throughout nature, from galaxies to seashells, connecting the snail to the grand architecture of the universe. Whatever the reason, the humble snail has earned its place not just in our gardens, but in our collective imagination. They are a quiet but constant presence, inviting us to look closer and appreciate the marvels of the small. What exactly is a snail? In simple terms, it is a mollusk, a member of a vast group of soft-bodied animals that also includes clams and octopuses. Snails are distinguished by their single, spiraled shell, into which they can retract their entire body for protection. There are thousands of different species of snails, and they are incredibly diverse. Some live on land in our gardens and woodlands, others live in freshwater ponds and rivers, and many more live in the vast expanse of the ocean, from shallow coastal waters to the dark abyss. Each species is perfectly adapted to its own specific habitat, a testament to the remarkable power of evolution to shape life in all its forms. The shell is perhaps the snail's most defining feature. It is not something it finds or moves into, it is a part of its body. The snail begins to build its shell from the moment it hatches, and the shell grows with it throughout its life. This intricate structure is made primarily of calcium carbonate, a strong material that the snail extracts from its food and its environment. The shell grows in a spiral pattern, with new material being added to the outer edge, or lip. If you look closely at a snail's shell, you can sometimes see the growth lines, like the rings of a tree, telling the story of the snail's life, its seasons of growth, and its moments of hardship. This remarkable shell serves many purposes. Its most obvious function is defense. When a snail senses danger, a bird, a beetle, or even a curious human, it can quickly withdraw its soft, vulnerable body deep inside its hard, protective home. The shell also provides structural support and prevents the snail from drying out, which is especially important for land snails living in drier climates. In a way, the shell is a portable shelter, a perfect mobile home that allows the snail to carry its safety and security with it wherever it goes. It is a masterpiece of natural engineering, combining strength, efficiency, and beauty in one elegant package. The diversity of snail shells is truly breathtaking. They come in an astonishing array of shapes, sizes, colors, and patterns. Some are smooth and round, while others are long and pointed. Some are plain and modest, while others are decorated with vibrant stripes, spots, or intricate ridges. This variety is not just for show. It often reflects the snail's lifestyle and environment. For example, a snail with a flattened shell might be better suited to hiding in narrow crevices, while a snail with a thick, heavy shell might be better protected against powerful predators like crabs. Each shell is a unique solution to the challenges of survival, a beautiful and functional work of art crafted by nature itself. To understand a snail, one must understand its unique way of moving. The snail glides along on a single muscular foot. This is not a foot for walking or running, but for crawling. The snail moves by creating a series of muscular waves that ripple along the bottom of its foot, from back to front. These waves grip the surface and gently push the snail forward in a smooth, continuous motion. It is an incredibly efficient way to travel, allowing the snail to move over all sorts of surfaces from rough bark to smooth glass. It can even crawl upside down without falling, a feat of adhesion and control that is truly remarkable to behold. The secret to this effortless movement lies in a special substance that the snail produces: slime. This mucus is a wonderfully versatile material. It lubricates the surface beneath the snail, reducing friction and allowing it to glide with minimal effort. It also acts as an adhesive, helping the snail to stick to vertical or inverted surfaces. This slime trail, which glistens in the light long after the snail has passed, is a sign of its journey. For the snail, this slime is essential for movement, for moisture retention, and even for communication. Other snails can follow these trails, perhaps to find a mate or a good source of food. It is a chemical language written on the landscape. The life of a snail is not just about moving and eating, it is also about continuing its lineage. Most land snails are hermaphrodites, meaning each individual has both male and female reproductive organs. This is a clever adaptation for a slow-moving creature that might not encounter many potential partners. When two snails meet, they can both fertilize each other, doubling their chances of reproductive success. They perform a slow and intricate courtship ritual, often involving gentle touching with their tentacles. After mating, they will lay a clutch of small, pearl-like eggs in a safe, moist place, such as under a log or in a small burrow in the soil, ensuring the next generation can begin its own slow journey. The snail's anatomy is perfectly suited to its deliberate lifestyle. It navigates the world through its sensitive tentacles. It has 2 pairs of tentacles on its head. The longer upper pair usually has simple eyes at the tips. These eyes cannot see clear images like ours can, but they are very good at detecting light and shadow, helping the snail to find dark, safe places to rest during the day. The shorter, lower pair is used for smelling and feeling, helping the snail to locate food and explore its immediate surroundings. This combination of senses allows the snail to build a detailed picture of its world, one slow, careful step at a time. Snails are often seen as garden pests, known for their appetite for our prize-winning lettuces and hostas. And well, it is true that many snails are herbivores, feeding on a wide variety of plant matter. They have a unique feeding tool called a radula, which is like a tiny, flexible tongue covered in thousands of microscopic teeth. As the snail moves over a leaf, it scrapes away at the surface with its radula, slowly but surely consuming the plant tissue. They are not fussy eaters and will munch on fresh leaves, soft fruits, flowers, and even algae and fungi. They are nature's patient grazers, trimming the vegetation in their slow, methodical way. However, their diet is much more varied than many people realize. A great number of snails are detritivores, which means they are nature's cleanup crew. They play a vital role in recycling nutrients by eating dead and decaying organic matter. They consume fallen leaves, rotting wood, and the remains of other animals. By breaking down this material, they help to return essential nutrients like calcium and nitrogen back into the soil. These nutrients then become available for plants to absorb, supporting the health and growth of the entire ecosystem. In this way, the snail is not a pest, but a crucial link in the chain of life, death, and renewal. The snail's role in the environment does not end there. They are also an important food source for a wide range of other animals. Birds, such as thrushes and blackbirds, have learned to break open snail shells on hard surfaces or anvils to get to the nutritious meal inside. Many small mammals like shrews and hedgehogs also rely on snails as a key part of their diet. Frogs, toads, lizards, and even some insects like the glowworm larvae are specialist snail predators. By providing food for so many other creatures, snails form a fundamental part of the food web. Their quiet existence supports the survival of many other more conspicuous animals. Unfortunately, like so many creatures, snails face numerous threats in the modern world. The loss of their natural habitats due to urban development and agriculture is a major problem. Pollution, particularly from pesticides and chemicals used in gardens and on farms, can be deadly to these sensitive animals. Invasive species can also cause significant harm, either by preying on native snails or by outcompeting them for food and resources. The delicate balance of their world is easily disturbed, and the decline of snail populations can have ripple effects throughout the ecosystem, impacting the soil, the plants, and the animals that depend on them. It is a stark reminder of how interconnected all life is. The relationship between humans and snails is a long and complex one, stretching back thousands of years. For many cultures, snails have been a valuable source of food. The practice of snail farming, or heliciculture, was well established by the ancient Romans, who considered them a delicacy. Today, snails, known as escargots in French cuisine, are still enjoyed in many parts of the world, particularly in Europe. They are a rich source of protein and minerals, a testament to how humans have learned to utilize the resources provided by the natural world. This culinary tradition highlights the snail's enduring place on our planet and on our plates. Beyond the dinner table, snails have left their mark on human culture in other fascinating ways. In ancient times, a particular species of sea snail, the murex, was used to produce an incredibly valuable purple dye. This Tyrian purple was so expensive and difficult to produce that it became associated with royalty and power. Only emperors and the very wealthy could afford garments dyed with this magnificent color. It is extraordinary to think that the robes of kings and the sails of royal ships owed their splendor to a humble sea creature. The snail's legacy is woven into the very fabric of our history, in threads of brilliant purple. Snails also crawl through our stories, myths, and art. Their spiral shells have been seen as symbols of the sun, the moon, and the eternal cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. In some cultures they represent patience and wisdom, while in others, they are symbols of fertility and good fortune. They appear in medieval manuscripts, in Renaissance paintings, and in modern poetry, each time carrying a different meaning. Their slow, deliberate pace and their mysterious, self-contained nature have made them a powerful metaphor for artists and thinkers throughout the ages. They remind us that even the smallest creatures can carry the weight of great ideas. In the end, the story of the snail is a story of quiet beauty and profound importance. They are not grand or dramatic creatures, but their contribution to our world is immense. They enrich our soil, feed our wildlife, and have colored our history in surprising ways. By taking the time to understand their secret lives, we learn to appreciate the complexity and interconnectedness of nature. We are reminded that every creature, no matter how small or slow, has a role to play. In a world that so often celebrates the big and the fast, the snail teaches us a valuable lesson. There is wonder to be found in the small and great strength in a slow, steady, and persistent journey through life.